So by now I'm sure you may have heard the really tragic news. If you haven't heard it, it caught a lot of us off guard, and that's that the Japanese voice actress for Bulma, Hiromi Tsuru, has passed away. Honestly, it really just caught me off guard, because, you know, a lot of when stuff like this happens, it just always, it's like blindsides you, especially who it is. She's voiced a bunch of different other characters as well, but she's mainly known, you know, for doing Dragon Ball all throughout the years. It's just so tragic. Now, the details of her death, for the most part, from what I understand, she was found dead in her vehicle. I don't believe it's due to an accident. I believe she was, her seatbelt was fastened, and they're speculating it's due to an illness, but of course, you know, until we get all the results back or whatever, we're not going to know for sure. I think a lot of people deal with death in different ways, especially depending on what their relationship, whether it just be from a distance or whatever the case may be, to the person that passed away. You know, some people, they just, oh, you know, it's tragic, and, you know, some people, they can get on with their day. To me, I grew up on the dub, obviously, but throughout the years of watching Super, I kind of grew accustomed to the Japanese voices, and of course, you know, for Bulma as well. So for me, honestly, how I want to celebrate her life, I don't want to be, you know, sad about it, or because it does affect me in a way, just because it reminds me of, like, you know, all the people that I grew up on, you know, entertainers and all these people, whatever. Eventually, you know, we all go. So for me, the way I want to deal with this is I want to remember the good times. I'm probably gonna, and it's my own way of grieving, I'm probably gonna buy a bunch of like Bulma / Little Goku merchandise, and maybe I'll rewatch a few episodes of the beginning of Dragon Ball, just because that's how I deal with it. I'm sure a lot of other people deal with it in different ways. Maybe there's people that they grew up on the sub and they've been watching the sub since the late 90s or mid 90s or whatever. So I'm sure you guys, you know, you have your own ways of coping with it or whatever. Again, it caught me off guard, you know, throughout the years. I was never a big Japanese fan of the Japanese thing, and a few years ago when I started watching Super, I got into watching Dragon Ball in Japanese, and I kind of felt like, wow, this is what all the people that we've been going at it back and forth throughout the years, me being a dub person and then being sub people telling me, I'm like, oh, so yeah, this is what I've been missing out on. But I think stuff like this also reminds us at the end of the day that, one, regardless of what, we're fans of the same medium. Two, life is, you know, as corny as it may sound or whatever, life is really precious, and shit like this, it hits, you know what I'm saying? It really does hit. Rest in peace to Hiromi Tsuru. Her work, you know, speaks volumes and will be carried on for years upon years. Dragon Ball, Z, GT, you know what I'm saying? The story that we all love, it all started off with, you know, this little girl named Bulma and this little boy named Goku. So it's just, I don't know. I never know how to approach these situations properly. For the people that are dealing with it even worse than me, or, you know, whatever the case may be, they're just so attached to the character, I feel for you. Try your best not to do anything silly, though. You know, just remember the great times, remember all the stuff that she brought you, and all the entertainment. And yeah, sometimes it shows us also, don't take things for granted, because you never know how long these people are going to be around to bring us this entertainment. And yeah, I think that's all I really want to say for this one. It's just a really tragic situation, and a very talented person was lost. ForneverWorld, and for what it's worth, try your best to have an awesome day.